Hi there, sports fans. Welcome to Sports Speak with Brewster Cattlehawk. I'm Brewster Cattlehawk. Join me as we review the scores from Week 11 of the NFL right now.
Brewster Cattlehawk. Brewster Cattlehawk, he's not a cow and he's not a hawk. This sports speak with that Brewster Cattlehawk. He's not a cow and he's not a hawk. No, sports speak with that Brewster Cattlehawk. Sports speak, Brewster Cattlehawk. Sports speak, Brewster Cattlehawk. Brewster Cattlehawk, and this is Sports Speak.
Brewster. In the Thursday night game, the bedazzled toilet seats, or hillbilly horseshoes, flew into Dollywood and saddled up to a bare-knuckle bruising of a barely win over Fitzpatrick in the Tantrums. Indianapolis 30, 10-27, Cattlehawk. Now on to Sunday games. The Metal Birds crash-landed where the buffalo roam, as the Northwest New Yorkers shellac the Southwest New Yorkers in a 37-14 Stampede smorgasbord. On the field of soldiers, Mother Nature caused a delay, but fortunately nobody got blown away. You see, it was a pretty close game, as the McGowan McGrizzlies raked the Ravens' feathers like leaves on a tornadic Sunday. Chi-Town 23, Baltaless 20 in OT. In the nastiest of natties, it was raining cats and dogs onto the cats and dogs as the Fleabags fought for first downs, but the Bengals pounded the Browns 41-20. Brewster. In the Delphia of Phils, the DC tribesmen tried to get to Foles, but their D&O were full of holes, as the Eagles soar proudly and majestically into first place with a 24-16 victory. Cattlehawk. Megatron needed no WD-40, as he was squeaky clean, but the burger that is Rothless said, hey, we're still a team, as the Stinklers came back and tamed the Lions in a 37-27 circus. In the Bay of Tampa, the Swashbucklers fired many a cannon on their way uphill, as the Falcons dropped many a doo-doo on their way into an obstruction such as an office building. TB41 ATL28. In the village of Jackson, the Desert Redbirds thought that the spots on the back of the Jaguars were delicious varieties of birdseed, as Carson Palmer's Desert Cardinals won 27-14. Brewster. In the place where astronauts go to cry, the backup to the backup to the backup to the backup to the 438th round draft pick out of the Pennsylvania preschool led the Raiden Raiders past the tumultuous Texans by a 28-23 total. Cattlehawk. In the fountain where Flipper flips his flippin' fins, the saltwater proved unkind to the freshwater rivers, as the Dolphins shock the Chargers, giving them jolts and shivers in a 20-16 win. It wasn't easy breezy, but the Superdome got freaky, as the Niners kept it close, but the Cardinals got the most, beating San Francisco 23-20. With Rodgers still sidelined, the Pack may as well pack it in, as Eli and company get a giant win, making it 4 straight after starting 0-6 NYG27 GB13 Brewster. In the Emerald City, the Wilson of Oz knew that his team had it in them all along, as the Vikings realized that for the Seahawks, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. Seattle 41, Miniature Soda 20. Cattlehawk. In the Sunday night game, the Mile High Mountain Men inhaled the unbeaten chieftains and smoked them from out of their giant horsey nostrils. The Chiefs said, "How?" But the Broncos said, "Nay," and proceeded to show them they would beat them this away. A 27-17. In the Monday night game, the Panthers were on the prowl as Camolina Newton pranced and pounced and pounded the Pat Riots, leaving the Brady Bunch bushwhacked in a 24-20 whisker whipping. The following teams were on bye week this past week. That means they did not have to play in the NFL. The Ramalama Ding Dongs and the Shoddy Sheriffs. Catch them all next week. Bye week. I hope you enjoyed this review of Week 11. Join me next week as we review the scores from Week 12 of the NFL. Have a great week, y'all. DC tribesmen tried to get to Foles, but D-O and O were full of holes. Oops. In the village of Jackson, the desert redbirds thought that the flipper flips his flippin' fins. The saltwater proved to be the crap.
Yeah.